why more voices in the world must be heard in the theater. Yeah, well, I mean, the whole point of theater, you know, is to not just tell the same old stories all the time. The point of all art is to waken us up, to um, to challenge us, to make us look at things we didn't know existed that way. Or the whole point of art is to sometimes is to make us feel uncomfortable. But whatever it does, whatever the emotions you feel from any kind of artistic piece of work that you're watching, experiencing in some way, it should challenge you. It should perhaps cause you to rethink maybe some conventional things you've been maybe kind of going through life in a bit of a sleep, being kind of asleep to certain things. What you learn when you go to see The Path of Catherine, first of all, is that, boy, politics was alive and well always. It's not just like today. It's not like everybody was just living a nice, cultured, let's just drink tea in the afternoon and then go to bed at it was I mean, for Elizabeth, she was living every day she was fighting to stay alive. That's how ruthless the world was around her. And I think it's important to understand, you learn, like, boy, back then, it just wasn't just this milquetoast way of living. It was challenging, hard, and there were things women had to fight against that. I mean, many of those battles have been won, thank God. But boy, what women were fighting against back then was there was so much more oppression of women being able to just express themselves the way men were allowed to at that time. So, those are important stories to tell. It helps us, see the arc of where we've come. We pitched our show to John and Tamara. It was back in November, and didn't really know them. We had an opportunity to be able to pitch our show to them, and they, their interest is piqued, and they reached out to us. So we've just been we entered into a relationship with them. At that point, we just started having lots of conversation. They, of course, read our show, listened to the demos. They determined that our type of show was the kind of thing they were looking to produce next. And they offered to us a whole blueprint of what they want to do, starting with this premiere here in LA that has been kind of a workshop. I mean, a production still in process, because we're still making little tweaks. I wouldn't say the show's frozen yet by any means. We're still working out little things about it. So it's been such a, and so not only that, but the other thing that has been so great about them is that they've also, Tamara's worked really closely with Patricia in working out some moments in the show that still needed some refining. And it's been really valuable work that Tamara's done with Patricia, getting our show just even stronger, getting all the three ladies arcs really clear. John, who lives in New York, the hope is that we're going to take this to New York, and that's certainly when John's going to be even more involved with us. He's been certainly very involved, but it's all been, via Zoom and email. He is coming out to see it this month, but Tamara's been the physical person for us here. They have a really interesting suggested path that they want us to that they are planning to help shepherd our show to get bigger, more visibility. We're really excited to work with them. They've been they're very like hands-on with their artists, and we've needed that. We've had to work through all kinds of like little things. We've learned a ton. I can't recommend them enough. They're just so personable, available to us every day, very hands-on. Yeah, it's been really a good experience for us. If the theater was just all, how many productions of In the Heights can you see, and all the shows that are already out there, God bless them all, but we need the theater companies that are willing to get in the trenches and help develop new works. We need new works. We shouldn't, as a theater community, shouldn't be just resting on the laurels of the big shows that make it to Broadway. God bless those shows, but there's all kinds of theater out there. There's smaller, edgier theater that, again, tells stories that need to be told. But yet, companies like Riot Act are willing to get in the trenches, get their hands dirty, aren't in it to expecting to necessarily make tons and tons of money at the front end. They're willing to just work hard and get good quality shows, give them a chance. And it's just so important for keeping the theater world, just vital and not stale. Like, how many jukebox musicals do we need in the world? That's a soapbox issue for me. I want to see shows with original stories and original scores. And, it's fine to do all these, take the movies and turn Mrs. Doubtfire, turn these movies into musicals, but those are safe bets. And thank God we've got these production theater companies that are willing to go out on a limb for original musical theater. And Riot Act is one of those.